All right, everybody. Today we are going to be looking at trades 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on day 2 of our 100 trade challenge. Quick disclaimer, I am not a investment professional. I am just trying to get a prop funded account here and pass the evaluation. Nothing I say should be used as investment advice, and you should definitely not be investing your own money based off of what I am saying here. So, quick thing, this is also just for entertainment. The money that we will be trading here, it's going to be in a prop simulated account. It is not real money. And I am not going to be doing these live. I will be going over what I did throughout the day. So let's get into it. So first thing we're going to do is look at the fundamentals. I like to see if there was any catalysts or anything that would really cause the markets to move in a day. One thing I like to do is look at the earnings. So has there been any movement in, say, a household name or anyone who has a market cap of about $500 billion today? Nothing really. Plus today was also a half day, so banks closed at 12. Nothing really to do here. Look at any reports. There weren't any reports today that would really move the markets. Pre-market was a little wonky. It was mainly bearish at the time, and then there wasn't any news either. So really a neutral day. So I'd be relying more on the technicals. On the chart side, I had quite a few trades across the different symbols that I have here. So first, let's look at the Nasdaq. So what I like to do is go to a higher time frame, so the daily, and see what's going on. So let's take a look. Basically, there's this zone here where price came up, retested it, broke down, made lower highs, lower lows, retested it again, and eventually made this huge impulsive move to the downside. So there are sell orders here, and sellers do not, or the bears don't want price to get above here. So they keep adding on sell orders. So this is somewhere where I look to definitely exit any long positions. Overall, though, the trend is upwards until we get to here. So I'd be looking to go long till we get to that zone. On a 4-hour time frame, we are primarily bearish or sideways. If we look at the momentum for the day, for the week though, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's bearish. So let's see where we're at. So in the morning, price came back into my demand zone, and I definitely should not have tried to go long here given the momentum for the last week. Monday, Tuesday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So definitely shouldn't have tried to trade against this trend here, but I did anyways. So let's see what happened. So price came into demand, and then a whole lot of nothing. Didn't really do much. 6:15 a.m. I was up at about 7. So here. So we're still in demand. Price is making a high. Nothing really happening. Boom. So at this point, I'm saying, okay, this is a high here. If price is able to break above there, I would look to go long. Oop, go to 1 minute. So first, actually, I did that backwards. So I was looking to go long on a break and close above here, which it did right there. And so what I did was I took a long about right here. Right there. Somewhere in here. And yep, around there. Price came up, got me in, and then immediately stopped me out. So nothing really I could have done there besides just remembering that the momentum for the day was bearish, so I shouldn't have tried to trade against that. Once price broke and closed below the demand zone, and this is a 1-hour close. Once price broke and closed below there, I thought that this would be a good place to go short because it is supply at the break of this important price area right here. So I'd be looking to go short now. Price got me in, kept going, and then once price got to 1 to 1, I moved my stop to break even because at that point I want to protect the profits that I would have. So I'd want to protect the profits, so slightly above break even. Plus, if it hits 1 to 1, I would expect it to go down lower, but of course it doesn't have to, and it stopped me out anyways because I moved it to 1 to 1. What happened? Yeah, it would have hit my stop anyway. So I was able to reduce the risk by basically half by moving it to 1 to 1. So the long on the NQ stopped me out. That was trade number 3. The short on the NQ stopped me out. That was trade number 4. I'm done trying to trade the Nasdaq for the day. So the next thing that I'm going to be looking at is gold. So gold is somewhere else where I try to get short as well. If I look here on the daily, price came back into this supply zone right here. Boom, lower low, boom, low again. Price came in and reacting as well. So I figured we can go short. That's the daily trend. The momentum, obviously bearish as well. 1 hour, bearish. And so this was an important zone, or this is an important area. Wednesday, boom. And then I was waiting for a break and close below here. So solid green bar, buyers are coming back in. Price is doing a whole lot of nothing while they figure out who's in control here. And boom, we have break and close below against this huge green bar. So what I did was I went short. Right here, another solid green bar, break red, close below here, showing that sellers took control around this area. So price got me in and then did a whole lot of nothing, stopped me out. So what could I have done there? Well, nothing really. This is an area where I was going to target. With the way that I drew my entry, I would have had a huge profit margin before we hit to this danger zone right here. So I would say this is actually a pretty, on execution side, pretty decent trade. What happened next? Price came up and then did a whole lot of nothing. So overall, was that a good trade? I would say yeah. I was with the trend and we had a break of this support. So yeah, I would say this is a good trade. I did lose money, but I stuck to my plan and my setup. So overall, fine trade. Next, I did, let's see, Japanese yen. So Japanese yen, I attempted to go long. If we go here to the daily, price is coming back here, which is reacted. So really, I should not have tried to go long here because if we look, the momentum is bearish. If I go here to the 4-hour time frame, this is also extremely bearish. So this is Thursday last week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, boom. So really, I should not have tried to go long here. So that's just another thing that I'll add to my trades moving forward. And that's why I do this and review, so that way I can always just get better. So on the 5-minute time frame, I was waiting for a break and close above here. So price came all the way down. Price came all the way down. Did a whole lot of nothing. Eventually made a higher high, broken close above this high. So now I'm thinking that I can go long. Pretty much here would be my first area to go long. Did a whole lot of nothing. And boom, break and close above here. So this is my next area to go long. Why? Because right here, this is an area that I said that price might have some trouble getting through, and it did. Price came back in, wicks, green bar, red bar, and then a huge green bar. So I would say the buyers took control at this point. So I was looking to go long back here and got in, and then almost immediately stopped out. So given I was already wrong on the NQ, basically I'm just on a losing streak right now. So I canceled this trade down here so that way I could save my account. If I did keep this one though, what would have happened? Boom, boom, did a whole lot of nothing, and it would have made a profit eventually. But honestly, this is kind of dangerous. The main reason I didn't take this is because this already wicked halfway, more than halfway through this green bar. So any buy orders that were here, any buy orders that all from here to here, basically were killed to here. So I wasn't quite confident in this order anymore, but this is actually a very good pattern here. Drop, base, rally, base, rally. It's called a level on level, and that is actually at demand, at hourly demand. I should have been more confident in taking that one, but you know, I will have to make a note of that for next time. Again, that's why we do this. All right, now for the juicy stuff. So at this point, I'm down probably 150 maybe. So not the worst. Now here's where I make it all back, right? So keep in mind, trades 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 trades were all losses. Let's go to crude. Clearly in an uptrend. 4-hour time frame uptrend. So long all day. Hourly time frame, this is demand. I called this the other day, but I messed up on the execution, which we saw before, but that's okay. Let's go see what I did. So here's a high where price came all the way up, and then someone with a lot of selling power, a lot of money, pushed prices back down. Well, what the wick tells us is, because it's not solid, is that there is a huge battle right here. So is there really any additional sell orders through this point? Not really. Here is at this point that I'd be really nervous. This line right here, that high, looks like bears and sellers, they don't want price to get past this point. So I felt pretty safe to take it all the way up to here if I could. So what happened? Here's a huge red bar, price broke and closed above it, created a new high right here, price broke and closed above that here, and it's this wick over wick. That could have been a good area to get long. So here's one area that I could have gone long, but I wasn't quite sure. I was a little iffy about it, so I didn't take it, even though that would have gotten me in here. It made me a lot more money. But price was really doing a whole lot of nothing, and because I was on a losing streak already, I did not want to take extra risk, so I wanted to be more careful here. So eventually price, huge green bar, solid green bar, broke and closed above our high right here, breaking out of that range, and so I have a drop, base, rally, base, rally. And so I took this huge zone right here. Price got me in, took a lot of heat, and then price eventually started coming back up. And here's where I got a little bold. So we're in an uptrend on the daily, the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 5-minute time frame. Plus we just had a new break, a new impulsive move. And so what I did was this little doji candle right here. I waited for price. Yeah, I waited for a solid green close, which we got right here. So wick, doji, solid green candle, engulfing candle above this red candle. So I wanted to take that as I wanted to take this basically as my zone to add on to this trade. So at this point, I'm in 2 trades. Kept going. One was at 2 to 1, already hit. The other one, 2 to 1, was right here, and boom, we got filled. And what did the price do? A whole lot of nothing after that. So the reason why I didn't set my stop all the way to this part is because you want to have it probably about 80% of the way to wherever you think the high, or wherever you think your limit would be. And that is just for for safety. It's for good risk management. Really, I'm not concerned with making a bunch of money. I'm more concerned with trading my system the right way every day. So yeah, about 80%. Truthfully, where were we? Let's see if this makes sense. Where were we? That was about here. Let's see if this Fibonacci would have made any sense for what I'm trying to say. Put that right here. Yeah, so about 80% of the way from where I entered. I guess that wouldn't make any sense. Forget I said that. But the reason why I didn't want to keep adding on to trades is because we were getting so close to this high already that I felt we were overextended. So these last two trades really, that's all I wanted to do. And because I was already wrong 4 trades in a row prior to this, I didn't want to push my luck. But what wound up happening is these 2 trades made up for the previous 4 trades, and I actually wound up net positive. So let's see, yeah. So I actually wound up net positive for the day. So, so yeah, there's a lot that happened today. I made $13, which is nothing, but it's better than being down 150, 160, 200 bucks, right? Plus, my reward risk ratio, huge, massive. I lost 4 trades in a row, 2 trades, made them back, and a slight profit. So, you know, that's why I'm doing this. That way I could always just look at what I'm doing, always try to get better, and hopefully encourage you guys to do the same. If you guys have any trades you want me to take a look at, give my 2 cents. Again, I am not a financial investor. I am not a professional by any means. I'm just a retail trader trying to get a funded account and showing you guys what that looks like. So, all right, if you guys enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, share, and give me any feedback. So, all right.